What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got this college football semifinals going on this week. We got a game Thursday and we got a game Friday. We're breaking down the Cotton Bowl in this video, Ohio State versus Texas. This is a big game, guys. One of the best of the season. You got 11-2 Ohio State, 12-2 Texas. Ohio State's 2 losses were to Oregon and the rival Michigan. Texas's 2 losses were both to Georgia, who just got bounced from the playoffs last week against Notre Dame. We're going to go over the main betting lines, the spread, the money line, the over-under, talk about line movement, talk about public betting percentages, where the money's at, where people are actually betting, and then stick around for the end of the video. I got a couple player props that I really like going into this game to hit for us and cash us out. Before I move on, guys, I want to let you guys know I got a sweet deal going on right now in my VIPs. All my picks that I make, every single bet that I make gets sent to the VIPs. Right now it's half off. Click on the link in the description down below. It says free and VIP picks right there. Use promo code 2025 on the year subscription. You get half off a full year of all my picks. We've been hitting, we've been cashing. We took Notre Dame money line that last week. That was the big one I gave out. I did on this channel right here. I call it my super smash plays. When I find a pick that I'm super confident in and nobody else wants it, I take those, send them out to the VIPs. And this one I actually was just feeling generous. I sent this one out to the free members as well. So every once in a while, I'll give those to the free guys as well. But I was super confident that Notre Dame was going to win that football game based on my own analysis of it from a football aspect, as well as reading the betting lines and seeing where sharp bettors are betting, because those dudes, they literally study this shit for a living. And I don't have the time to study it 24/7 like those dudes do. I just don't. So I got to follow the lines and where the money's going and tactically make decisions on bets. Notre Dame was that bet. That was the big one we got last week. So if you want it on the VIPs right here, great time to do it. Code 2025 on the year subscription. If you don't like to pay for picks, get it on the free picks right there. You'll get every free pick I send out. That's what I do on this YouTube channel right here. It'll go straight to your phone, and you also get access to the Discord so we can all talk, bounce picks off of each other, whatever it may be. But let's get into the game. Ohio State, like I said, 11-2. Texas, 12-2. This game is going to be a dandy, guys. We saw Texas go to overtime against Arizona State last week. They played terrible. Texas literally played terrible in that football game. Offense could not run the football. They had some big plays to begin the game. They had the punt return. They just really did not play well. They let Arizona State hang with them and take them to overtime. I do think Texas bounces back and they kind of light a fire under their ass and get going against Ohio State to make this a good game. Ohio State, you saw what they did last week to Oregon. The #1 team in the country, had not lost a game yet, actually beat Ohio State earlier this season. Oregon boat raced them. They went in there completely confident, knowing they were going to win that game, and they took it to the Ducks. Ohio State is hot right now, probably the hottest team in football. In my eyes, in my opinion, they're the most talented team in the country. Top to bottom, full roster, the most talented team in the country. Nobody should beat them if they are on, and that is a lot coming from me, because if you guys follow my channel and you know, I am a diehard Texas Longhorns fan. I absolutely despise Ohio State more than any team in the country. But I got to be honest, they're the most talented team in the country. They should beat Texas in this game. But these lines are interesting. They're going to be fun to look at. Let's get right into them. Spread opened up at -6 for Ohio State. I thought when this opened at -6, watching how Texas played last week, this line would be at -9 by now. But it's not. It's actually closed a little bit, and it's moving in favor of Texas. Texas opened up as a +6 underdog. Now they're at +5.5. So it's slight movement, but it is moving in favor of Texas. Looking at what the public's doing, you got 61% of public bets going on Ohio State. 65% of the money is on Ohio State to cover this spread, but it's moving in favor of Texas. What does that tell you? If you follow my channel, you know that tells you that sharp bettors are actually looking at Texas to cover this spread. All this public over here doesn't matter. That's what the public's doing. The books move lines based on sharp money. When they got a guy coming in that's a sharp bettor and they know that person and those people are taking those bets, that's when they move their lines. Not for the public, not for you and I that are betting on mobile apps. These are for guys that are going into the casinos. They're regulars. They're putting down big money. So watch that as we get closer to Friday. Right now, it's Monday. We got 3 more days. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before we get to Friday. Watch that line movement. See what it's doing. See if it continues to move in favor of Texas. Then maybe strike a bet on that one. I'll let you guys know if you're in the VIPs what I'm doing later on this week. Then you got the money line. Now here, Opened up at minus 235 for Ohio State. It's at minus 229 now. Plus 192 for Texas. It's at plus 187 now. So line moving in favor of Texas. Albeit slightly, it is still moving in favor of Texas. This is the kicker. This is the big one right here. 87% of public bets are on Ohio State to win this game. But 95% of the money is on Texas to win this game. Bigger bets are coming in on Texas. The line is moving towards Texas. And this is just public betting. Like I said, the books don't move lines for public bettors. The books move lines for sharp bettors. And the line's moving in favor of Texas. Also, all this public money coming in on Texas. Line is moving in favor of them. Now, if all this money was coming in on Texas and the line was moving towards Ohio State, I would be telling you smash Ohio State money line. But that's not the case. Watch this as we get closer to game day. This money line is super interesting to me. This tells me that a lot of sharps are thinking Texas could win this game and could pull this out. Looking at the projected score here, albeit it's a projection, right? They're never 100% accurate. This algorithm right here on Sportline is a learning algorithm. So it watches, or it takes in every game that these teams play throughout the season, stats, all that analytical data that goes into these things, and it spits out a projection now at the end of the season. They have 14 games for Texas to go off of, 13 games for Ohio State to go off of. This algorithm has learned, and it says Texas wins by a point. Just watch that. Watch that money line. I'm not saying go bet on it right now, but watch that as we get closer to Friday. Then the over-under opened up at 54. Now it's at 53.5, so it's come down slightly. My guess is the public's going to be on the over because they always are. We'll see. Barely, but yes, 58% of public bets on the over. 61% of the money is on the over. Line's coming down a little bit. Listen to everything I just told you about how line movement works. You guys can figure out what's going on right there. Over under is slightly coming down. We'll see what that one does throughout the rest of the week. Right here, guys, this is me just giving you the info on line movement, giving you the info on where the public is betting right now, and letting you make educated bets. I'm leaving this up here so you can screenshot that. It's been up there for a few seconds. Now I'm going to go down here, screenshot that if you want to read that. If you want to view the public betting percentages on the money and where the public bets are coming in. Screenshot that for your own knowledge, your own education on these bets. Now, let's move into the player props. Before I do, guys, lock these in on Sleeper with me. I'm sticking with Sleeper. Sleeper's been hot for us all football season. We've been winning these picks on the Sleeper app. I also have been using Dabble, Underdog, Prizepicks. What are some other ones I use? Chalkboard. But Sleeper's been king. They've been giving us great lines. They've been giving us great payouts, and we've been hitting on Sleeper. So I'm going to stick with them. Use promo code AROD. There's a link in the description down below. A $5 bet will get you $55 free on the app. So basically, you deposit $10. Bet 5 of it, you get $55 free when you sign up using promo code AROD. Like I said, link in the description down below. Let's move into these props. First one I got pulled up. Sorry, that's not a prop I'm taking. That was another one I was researching, Quinshon Judkins. Let's look at Jaden Blue here. His rushing total is at 25.5. You guys just saw everything I talked about with the betting lines. Sharp bettors right now are thinking Texas might do this thing. The spread, sharp bettors are thinking Texas might cover this spread. If you've watched Texas all year, yes, I've watched every single game twice at least all season long. You may say my picks are biased if I'm betting on Texas. Easy to say that. I usually don't bet on Texas unless I find a really good bet because I don't want to bet with my heart. Just my knowledge and education and reading the actual lines. But nobody knows Texas football better than I do. I watch it more than anybody except for the coaches in that building. Jaden Blue can go over this line on one carry, and it's easy for him to go over this line on one carry. Looking at how Texas has won football games, when they run the ball, they win. When they don't run the ball, they lose or they struggle. They struggled against Georgia running, they lost. Second time they played Georgia, could not run the football, they lost. Arizona State, they did not run the ball at all. They could not run the ball against Arizona State. They went to double overtime. It took them double overtime to beat the Sun Devils, who played in one of the worst conferences in college football this year. The Big 12 is trash. I'm just going to say it. Agree, disagree. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm an idiot for that. But just my personal opinion. Texas has to run the ball to win this football game. And if the sharp bettors are right and Texas is going to hang around and maybe win this thing, they're going to run the football. Jaden Blue is going to touch the football. He's going over 25.5 rushing yards. Looking at his graph right here, he went under it against A&M. He didn't get many carries in that game. I don't know why. Quintravion Wisner had the game of his life. He went for like 160 yards against A&M. Jaden Blue didn't get many touches. That's not happening again. Here against Georgia, he got 2 carries, didn't do anything. Quintravion Wisner also didn't do anything. They just didn't run the ball well that game. Here against Arizona State, same thing. Texas didn't run the ball well. They have to run the ball to beat Ohio State. Jaden Blue does it. This again is against Georgia. They did not run the ball well. Blue did not touch the ball. Then over here against Michigan, that one, kind of take it with a grain of salt. Starters really didn't play much in the second half. They were dominating Michigan. They didn't need to play that whole game. So Jaden Blue didn't get many touches there. But when he touches the ball, look what he does. He doesn't go crazy. Other than the Clemson game, he went nuts that game. He had the 77-yarder to kind of seal the win for them. But Jaden Blue is getting 25.5 rushing yards. Guys, that is not a high line. I'm so confident in that play. Take that one to the bank. I'm putting that one on my slip. Blue over 25.5 rushing yards. Then Will Howard, passing TDs. I'm going to go over 1.5 here. And here's why. Mostly because of this graph. Every game except for 2 this year, he's been over this. So that right there gives us an advantage. But then you look at Texas's run defense in the red zone. Look at what Cam Scadaboo did against Texas in the red zone. Not shit except on the goal line. When he was right on the goal line, Scadaboo punched it in a couple times. Outside of that, Scadaboo didn't do anything in the red zone. So Texas shuts down the running backs in the red zone. I know it's Quinshon Judkins, sorry, I've spaced his name for a second. Travion Henderson, both of those backs are really, really good running backs. But Texas shuts down the run game in the red zone. Howard's going to have to throw the football. And my thought here is Jeremiah Smith, he's a mismatch for anybody, right? I don't think there's anybody in the country at the college level that can cover this dude one-on-one for an entire football game. He's got height, he's got hops, he's got speed, he's got route running, he's got hands. Jeremiah Smith needs to be the red zone target in the red zone to beat Texas. I think Will Howard's going to have to throw the football to score. Ohio State's going to score in this game. They're not going to get shut out. Will Howard over 1.5 touchdown passes. There's your picks, guys. Let me pull it up for you right here. Jaden Blue over 25.5 rushing yards. Will Howard over 1.5 touchdown passes. Take those. Like I said, I'm doing them on Sleeper. You can also do them on Underdog. If you want a promo code for Underdog, I'll leave a link in the description down here as well. It's same code AROD. You're going to get up to $1,000 in a deposit match. 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Let me re-say that. You'll get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. You can take them on Underdog if you want. I'm doing it on Sleeper just because I've been hot on Sleeper. Sleeper is my favorite app right now, and I have the most money on the Sleeper app. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You like these picks? You don't like these picks? Who's going to win this game? And share your picks down here in the comments. Let everybody read them. We'll all share our picks together. We'll all beat the books together. It's us versus them. Us as our sports betting army versus them as in the books. Let's take it to them. Let's have a good freaking weekend. You got college playoffs. You got NFL playoffs. Stay tuned on this channel right here. I'm going to be putting out videos for all the playoff games. Hit that subscribe button right down there if you want all my videos. And if you want to be notified when I make a video, hit that little bell down here, the little notification bell. But jump on the subscribe channel. Jump on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, guys. We do this for all the big games. Thank you all for watching. Thank you so much. Sorry I talked a little bit fast on this one. I'm trying to crank these videos out so you guys can get every single one of these playoff games.